Um, I'm playing with a forge in my backyard, and I just wanted to show it to you guys. Um, I took some photos, I'll post those too, but I thought it might be cool to make a little video. So I'm just going to go guerrilla and selfie film this on my phone, but I think it'll work. So we're here in my backyard. I'll spin it around for you. My little house. Here's the setup with the forge. Just a little area, sitting area, and a little backyard fireplace that we used to set this up. I've been playing with this for a couple of days. So far I can get it hot enough to melt aluminum to liquid. I have trouble getting the bottom of the crucible to fully liquefy, so we can liquefy at the top, but at the bottom it kind of gets more thick. So I need to find a way to get heat around to the bottom. And this is just a first draft at the forge, so I'm sure I can improve it with time. Maybe I use some KO to line a metal tank. I hear those work really well. So far I'm only about $30 into this project. I can melt aluminum. I can get copper to melt, but I get a lot of oxidation. So I'm going to probably try and use a forced air system with that. I hear those work well, so I'll maybe build one next week. I think they cost about $20, $25. So yeah, let me show you what I have. You can see it's a silly little design. It's just some bricks and then some fireplace bricks from the stone and brick wholesaler a little bit south of us. A 20-gallon propane tank, a high capacity weed incinerator, a little blowtorch thing, $17 from Harbor Freight. They might not sell them, so you got to order them into the store. A couple welding gloves, little wrench, and that's basically it. Little exhaust port in the back for the fumes to get out so they don't come out the front in my face. Okay, so here's an old fire extinguisher. I'm going to use the bottom of this for a crucible. It's supposed to be some alloying of steel that's good at high temperature so I can melt copper and aluminum in it. This one looks like it was not used. It was, it somehow went bad. The moisture got out of it. So I unscrewed the top. You can see there's the top assembly over there. The handle, the pressure gauge, and then a tube that feeds from the bottom apparently. And the inside is powder. I'm not sure what this is. It's very fine talcum powder kind of stuff. But it's apparently filled top to bottom with this powder, and I imagine this plus some moisture, plus some high pressure inert gas is what the system originally contained, but the gas and the liquid have leaked out. So we'll empty this out, we'll cut this in half, we'll hammer on the bottom to make it concaved, and then we will use this as a crucible. Free junk, a few bucks to fill at the propane store. You can buy those $35 new, I think. Refilling is just $5, $10. $17, $16. The crucible is the bottom half of a dry chemical fire extinguisher. I read online that the alloying of the steel has high temperature thresholds. So you can see this is made from two billets that they, I don't know, weld together in the middle. So I just cut the bottom off, cleaned it off using that. go. About a pound, give or take, of melted aluminum. By the time I took the gear off and took it out of the stove, it had solidified into more or less the consistency of porridge, maybe. So, and I didn't really plan ahead with an ingot mold or anything like that, so I just kind of dumped it out. Ideally, you'd get it fully molten and keep it molten and then pour it into a mold, but I let it cool too much and then just kind of dumped it out. It's kind of a proof of concept. Yeah, propane seems to work well. I'm going to build a fuel injection system. I'm starting on the preheating coil, some of the parts, but that hasn't come along very far yet. And then I have a little refractory chamber. I'm going to use that to put the ingots in to let them cool uniformly. You just air dry them, but if you let them cool down at a slower rate, it's supposed to end up with a better surface property. So that's my setup.